Yo, I mean cuss, but I don't curse. We're gonna get that situated first. Been a little minute since I did something for the collective publicly. Well, for the members too. I'm trying to think about it, but I don't do the collective reads anymore for the members. Well, why am I jibbering and jabbering about what I do for the members when the members is behind the curtain? Listen. Glad that you could all make it though. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold you a little longer, yo. But it's for good reason. Alright, so bring it on in. We're going to get into this message spirit. What is it that you want to be articulated for the collective that is watching right now? Starting off with the Hierophant. I must be on one. I must be really in tune today. And pardon me for like if I got the face on that looks like I'm upset about something. I just woke up not too long ago. I'm really not angry about anything. I'm very relaxed. I'm in a good mood. But I know how to look sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, I got the Hierophant out here. Let me continue. Hope y'all all are doing fantastic out there. Okay, this wants to be shown. It's this. King of Swords. This is interesting. The Devil, followed by the Three of Cups, y'all. I say it's interesting because when they flew out, they split apart like this. So I feel like someone's obsessions and someone's either obsessions and desires or fears is driving them away from joyful circles, joyful interactions with other people. Someone may be struggling with drug addiction or a drug habit or just a vice that is excessive, some type of pattern, some type of loop. Y'all know what I say though, we all live in patterns. You're human. Welcome to the shared hallucination. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what else we got here? The Knight of Wands. It's very interesting that the Knight of Wands will pop out. You're trying to figure out right now if the fire that you're filled up with right now and ready to exert, some of y'all have been exerting it all over the place and you just feel like on fire, like, and it's not a mentality of, oh, I can't lose, or, you know, I'm continuing to behave this way because I'm winning. This is more of just like, yo, my fire is lit, therefore I'm going to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? And you're trying to figure out, or you're going to be vindicated or justified for doing that. You're trying to figure out, are you going to mess something up for yourself because of being that way? Some of y'all got strong Sagittarius energy, something aspected in Sagittarius, because it's pushing you to go within. It's pushing some of y'all to actually seek counsel. It's probably why you're watching this message right now. You want some type of confirmation or some type of guidance to say, well, is that thing cool to do? Is that behavior cool? And here's what Spirit has to say. There is fire when wild spread can destroy a lot of things. Okay? So that's one thing to be cautioned about. However, it doesn't mean that your fire is wrong. It doesn't mean that you can't exert it. It just means that it needs to be harnessed. Make sense? It needs to be harnessed. So you've got to figure a way out, which is something that you're in the process of doing. You're figuring out a way that you can monetize it so that you can be a person of influence with the fire that you possess. You understand what I'm saying? I give you an example of what I'm trying to say in layman's terms. It's like, you know, some people, you know that friend that you got that just says whatever comes to mind when they're on social media and they just post it and you be like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not only You don't do that. You don't respond that type of way to them just because of what they said. It's because they think that they can be serious or that they can be influential about other things when they join the conversation, and it's just like, nah, like, dude, you are not the person to be speaking on this, like, at all. And they might be like, me? No, why not? Why you say that? Like, really trying to be like, yo, you kidding me? Like, why I can't be included? It's just like, do you hear yourself talk? Do you look at yourself when you present yourself? Like, you just are out the snacks. You don't qualify for this position. You understand what I'm saying? And it's no disrespect. It's just people are who they are. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people, like, let's say that individual or that archetype, right, has the ability to curb their enthusiasm or whatever it is that's fiery about them that makes them just go off the hinges, right? But they don't do it. They don't cool themselves down. But they have the potential to do so. And they have other qualities that could be emphasized should they put them out there. If they was to curb it and do it in a particular way, right? Let's say they have that capability. Then they'd be able to be included in the other conversations. They would be qualified. You understand what I'm saying? But because, and this is an example of what you would do or what you're on the verge to doing with your fire. Because when you harness it and you say, okay, this is the proper time to say this or do this in this environment because of the environment, now you've stumbled on the path that spirit is trying to put you on. You understand what I'm saying? Now look, there's a seat of power for you there. If you want it, it's there for the taking. You understand what I'm saying? This also has to do with energy. Some of y'all might be studying energy right now. I'm talking about bodily energy, not even dealing with like cars and chips and oil and stuff like that. I'm talking about like bodily energy. Because it may have something to do with sporadic conversation, sporadic use of words, the failure to think about what it is that you're going to say before you say it. It could be related to diet. Some people don't know. I've done psychological studies on this, like this is real shit. But some of y'all might be into that because you might be like, yo, maybe it's something I ate. Maybe it's something I'm eating. Let me remove that from the diet. You understand what I'm saying? You're on track if that's one of y'all. Now, this whole thing with the devil and the Three of Cups, this is some other shit, alright? Because someone in your energy is used to you behaving so fiery because it's kind of reckless, and I think that they benefit from that somehow. Even if it hurts you. You understand what I'm saying? So you know what I said about the stigma, or the type of stigma that could be placed on you because of your behavior, the way that you express yourself. This person just loves it. They love it about you. And maybe it got something to do with authenticity, right? Oh, that's just them. That's who they are, yada, yada, yada. But they also know that it closes some doors for you when you're on it like that. But they don't care because something else that they know that you might not be aware of is that it splits you apart from other people. So I'll give you an example. This might be like very much in detail. You know how chicks be what they do and their fellas are called like, yo, what's good? We trying to go shoot pool tonight. Basic shoot pool, billiards. I'm like, all right, no doubt. Hang up, chick overhear it. You know what I'm saying? What's that? What's going on? Oh, ain't nothing. Me and the boys, we just gonna go hang out at billiards tonight, go shoot pool for a few hours. A few hours. Just, slide it on in there. You know what I mean? Really? You gonna hang out with them? You don't wanna hang out with me? Or do something da-da-da-da-da-da-da? And this person is the type of person that, or you are the type of individual that'll get fiery with them and snap. Like, yo, I can't go out for a fucking few hours. It's just billiards. We going to shoot pool. Like, what is your issue? But that, like, keeps y'all relationship, like, you know what I'm saying? It's toxic. It's toxic. But what you don't understand is that conversation that you could have had that night, like, your group of friends was bringing somebody else with them, a newbie, and they was going to provide some information to open up another door for you that would have assisted you in changing, would have assisted you in being more influential and being more powerful and taking that seat of power that I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying? So the question here is, are you putting your desires on the back burner because of fears of someone else that you're dealing with, and it doesn't have to be a significant other or love. It could be a group of friends that just love you being a crash out. I'm just keeping it a being, B. You got a group of friends that like when you're being a crash out, and if those are the group of friends that I'm talking, if you'll know who I'm talking about. If these people get excited when you start doing crash out stuff, then these are the people that I'm talking about. And the reason why it's becoming repetitious, or it has been repetitious, is because you actually fear what's on the other side of not behaving recklessly. You actually fear going after what you truly desire, going to hang out at Billard's for 3 hours and saying, you know what, woman, I'm going anyway. Like, you just gonna have to deal, or we gonna have to deal when I get back, or whatever the case may be, or just put your jacket on and come with me, but we're not doing this. I'm not a child. I don't need to be in when the street lights come on and all that. Like, we're not doing that, B. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of fiery too. But you know what I mean? It's a bit more harnessed though, instead of staying there and arguing with Shorty for a whole hour, you know what I'm saying? Then you want to have makeup sex and all, and it's just like, reckless, toxic, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I understand, we all human, we all might have been there before, but there may be some, if you truly want to go after what you desire, you're going to have to harness the fire, borrow some nights, we know that already, to become obsessed with the thing that you're going after. Because obsession is actually going to be useful for you. Because other things are not going to be able to take your attention away from that thing very easily when you're obsessed about something. So, I want to get a couple of more cards, I feel. Let me see. Maybe just one card. Spirit, give me one. There it is. Death in reverse. Before you can begin anew with this harnessing of the fire and taking the seat of power, of influence, some of y'all are social media influencers to be exact. Before you can do this, something needs to be tweaked. Yeah, I pretty much said it. It's already been said. You gotta transform yourself. You gotta change, yo. I'm just keeping it a beam. You gotta change. I know what y'all probably playing. That song just came in my mind. Jay-Z's "I Never Changed." He changed. Listen to the lyrics of those songs. Listen to the lyrics of that song. Think about the album that song was on, and look at him now. He changed. Yeah, it's a contradiction, but that's what happened. People evolve, they transition, and you gotta transform in order to transition. Or you're gonna face that fear. You're gonna be in that same repetitious behavior of being around a crowd that love when you crash out, love when you behave in a way that doesn't open doors of potentiality for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta do this. I hope this helps somebody, anybody that watched, whenever you watched it. Until next time, I'm out.